Hello, everybody. Welcome back to FAU Hour Radio for the start of the second leg of the doubleheader, where FAU will take on Kansas. FAU pitching to start off. First pitch is in there for a strike by pitcher Kaylee Diggs. Pitching to Johns of Kansas is fouled back on the third base line. It is 0-2. Starting lineups for today, Kansas has Limbaugh leading off. On deck is Linduff. And a strikeout for Courtney. Courtney is pitching, not Diggs. My apologies. Next up is Ainsley Linduff. First pitch is called on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Second pitch, swing and a miss. Courtney gets a swing and a miss there on Linduff. Making early work of these Jayhawks, who lost earlier today 4-3 to Clemson. A close late game. Kick steals, and it's up high for ball one. First ball thrown for Courtney. Courtney gets the pitch, winds it up, deals high again for ball two. 2-2 now. One out, no runners on. Kick steals again, and she gets a called strike three. 2 down now. Top of the first for the Owls. Coming off that late inning comeback, walk off in extra innings in the eighth inning. Down by 2, bottom of the 8th, and they scored 3 runs to get the win over Ole Miss, who won earlier today in the Paradise Classic. First pitch from Linduff is a called strike one. Or from Bruno, or Courtney, my apologies. Bruno winds up, deals, almost gets a swing, peeled down to first, no swing. It's going to be 1-1, 2 outs. FAU starting off where they left off last game, had a pretty good pitching performance, only allowing 2 runs in the first 7 innings, then gave up 2 in extras. Came back to win it, as we said. 1-1 is inside, so now 2-1 count. First time Courtney has been behind in a count. First 2 batters got mowed down pretty easily for 2 Ks. 2 backwards Ks as well. Courtney gets the pitch, winds it up, deals, and inside again for ball 3. So now 3-1 count with 2 outs. The 3-1 from Bruno is a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Bruno working that inside part of the plate so far in this game, gets the call there. 3-hole hitter Bruno is definitely a threat. The 3-2 gets a strikeout swinging, and oh my goodness, Courtney gets the strikeout 3 straight, strikes out the side, and we'll be back on FAU Hour Radio. The Owls will take on offense. We are back on FAU Hour Radio as the Owls are coming up to the plate. Just to highlight the batting order for the Owls: number 33, Daisy Johns; number 9, two-hole Kaylee Hammonds; number 3, or batting third, number 1, is Mora, who we saw had some clutch hits last game in the first leg of the doubleheader. Interesting walk-up song. I rate it like, I don't even know that song, but like a 2 out of 10. First pitch from Diggs is outside for ball 1, 1-0 count. FAU still rocking the baby blues. Diggs kick steals, second pitch, catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1, so 1-1 count. Freshman Destiny Johns getting ready for the 1-1 pitch. Diggs loads up, deals, and it's way outside for ball 2, so a 2-1 count now. Kaylee Hammonds, the senior, looming on deck for the Owls as Diggs gets the pitch, winds it up, releases, and it's slapped the other way, foul down the third base line. Destiny Johns now, 2-2 count. Diggs doing a good job working that outer part of the plate early for Kansas. Coming off that tough loss against Clemson, trying to get their get back here against the Owls, who just came off a very intense late inning comeback win. Diggs with the 2-2, fouled back by Destiny Johns again. Doing a good job as the leadoff hitter. That's what you want to see. Extend the at-bat and fight. Did a good job last game extending counts as well. Got promoted to leadoff for this game. Diggs with another 2-2. Gets a swing, a little chopper back to the pitcher, and that is light work for Diggs as she flips it to the first baseman for the first out. Kaylee Hammonds, a senior lefty coming up. Number 9, a redshirt sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida.
Number 9, Kylie Hammonds.
Diggs winds it up, tosses a lofty off-speed over the plate, but it is not called for a strike, 1-0. Diggs getting the pitch. Winds up again. 1-0 is outside off the plate for another ball. So 2-0 now. Kaylee Hammonds in a hitter's count, as we like to say. Diggs has been working that outer part of the plate for most of this inning. Kick steals again, and it's a little bit too high for ball 3 now, so a 3-0 count. Diggs finds herself in a little bit of a hole in this at-bat. Kylie Hammonds almost guaranteed to take this next pitch. Diggs gets the pitch, winds up, deals, and it's a strike. Nothing to worry about for Hammonds, though. Still a hitter's count, 3-1. Diggs kicks, deals, and it's fouled back by Hammonds. So now full count. Hammonds has worked it full. Kansas has a lot of people entering that are new and returning players in 2025. FAU coming off of a historic season where they won the AAC. Diggs pitches again on the full count, and it is a walk. So Kylie Hammonds draws a walk to start off her second leg of the doubleheader. That's going to bring up Jessiana Mora, the junior from Apopka, Florida. Mora was 2024 AAC second team all-conference and ranked 11th in the nation in doubles. She takes ball one high. Diggs hasn't really been able to command the top half of the strike zone yet. Has worked the outer half and not much inside either, so we're going to see if she can get that going the latter half of this inning. Oh my gosh, and she gets into one to left field, Mora, but it is caught by the left fielder, Weber. Great piece of hitting there from Mora. Weber just happened to be in the right spot at the right time. 2 down in the bottom of the first. Still tied up at 0. 0 all. Sierra Gibson now up. Diggs getting the pitch. Sierra Gibson out of Orange Park, Florida. First pitch takes outside for ball 1. A lot of these at-bats so far in the first inning have started off with balls. A lot of 1-0, 2-0 counts, 2-1 counts. Hasn't harmed Diggs too much. She's gotten 2 outs so far, but a runner on first looming with a dangerous hitter in Sierra Gibson up. Winds it up, pitches on the 1-0. Called strike, runner going for second, and she's safe. Jessiana Moore with the stolen base. Now in scoring position in a 1-2 count to Sierra Gibson. Diggs the 1-2. Just off the plate for ball 2, so 2-2 count now. Runner on second is Mora. Gibson looking to start FAU's second leg of the doubleheader in the Paradise Classic early. Diggs, the 2-2, gets a swing and a miss. Sierra Gibson goes down with the strikeout. Oh, apparently not. Catcher confirms that it was 2-1, so now it's 2-2. Guess we're gearing up for another pitch. Gibbs winds up, deals off the plate. Ball 3, a full count now. I'm not sure if the scoreboard or the stat broadcast was wrong, but nonetheless, the full count pitch is off the plate, so Sierra Gibson draws a walk. Owls might be cooking early here in the bottom of the first after a long first leg of a doubleheader against Ole Miss, where it came down to an 8th inning walk-off.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2, Kylie Chanel.
Kylie Chanel now up, the righty. Diggs winds up, releases, and it's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Runners advance, second and third. Runner from third comes home, but she's getting sent back because it went into the dugout. It's going to be 2 runners in scoring position, second and third with 2 outs. Kylie Chanel trying to drive in runs early here for the Owls. Mound visit here now, trying to calm down Diggs. She's in a little bit of a hole here late in the first inning. Got 2 batters out, almost no problem. We're a little bit lengthy of at-bats, but now finds herself in a pretty deep hole here with runners in scoring position and a dangerous hitter in Kylie Chanel. Chanel did not play in the last game, first leg. She's playing now, batting 5th. Diggs off of the mound visit. Gets the pitch. Winds up, deals inside for ball 1. Or ball 2. 2-0 count now. Diggs winds up, releases, And Chanel smacks one into right center field. It lands. It's going to drop, and it's going to score 2. Chanel getting the Owls started early with a 2-0 lead. And great 2-0 hitting there from Kylie Chanel. Way to start her Paradise Classic 1-for-1 with 2 RBIs. It's going to go down as an RBI single. As a right fielder, Linda cut it off in time. Great piece of hitting there, and a good job, good 2-out rally from the Owls. Sierra Yates, or Chloe Yates, takes ball 1. Played all of last game, caught the entire game. Catching back-to-back games is definitely rough. So props to her, the junior out of Admore, Oklahoma. Off speed just catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 2-1 now. Or 1-1. Chloe Yates transfers from New Mexico. Gets the 1-1, smacks one up the middle, and it's going to get through to the outfield. So another 2-out hit for the Owls. Great piece of hitting here with 2 outs. They're definitely feeling the momentum of that first game against Ole Miss. Kansas finding themselves in more trouble here early. It's only the first inning, bottom of the first. The Owls lead 2-0 over Kansas. And they're not out of the woods yet. Number 16, Kylie Shelton, takes strike 1, 0-1. 2 outs. Shelton did not play last game, or she did play last game, batted 7th, and went 1 for 3. A lot of Kylies on this team. I know it's a basic white girl name, but jeez. Anyway, Shelton receives the 0-1, takes a pitch outside, checks back, catcher throws to second, is safe. Try to back pick the runner in Chanel. Yates at first, Chanel at second, Shelton waiting the 1-1. It's hit towards the first baseman, and it's an easy out, but the Owls start off early in the second leg of the doubleheader against Kansas in the Paradise Classic with 2 clutch 2-out hits that drive in 2 runs. We'll be back on FAU Hour Radio where Kansas will try to respond. We are back on FAU Hour Radio. Kansas is trying to respond now after the 2-run first inning put up by the Owls. Swing and a miss from Bagshaw. Courtney with a good high and inside fastball. Courtney getting the pitch. Winds it up, deals, and a swing and a miss on a high fastball again. Bagshaw's really guessing here, and Courtney is having her way. Early in this game, had 3 strikeouts, struck out the side in order in the first, and now Bagshaw's in the hole 0-2. Courtney looking for her 4th K. Tosses it high for ball 1. 1-2 count now. Campbell Bagshaw awaits the 1-2 from Courtney. High again. 2-2 now. No outs, no runners on. Leadoff Campbell Bagshaw from Topeka, Kansas. Courtney getting the pitch. Again, looking for 4 strikeouts in a row, and it's fouled back after a half check swing almost from Bagshaw. Continues to fight. Still 2-2. Courtney doing a good job of keeping those hitters on their toes. They're not sure what's coming. Off-speed fastball. In breaking, out breaking. It's a 2-2. And a swing and a miss. That's 4 straight Ks now. Courtney is lighting up the plate right now. Autumn Courtney just having her way with these Jayhawks hitters. Again, like I said, 4 straight Ks. 2 looking, 2 swinging. First pitch to Kripe is high for ball 1. 1-0. Haley Kripe, the infielder. Number 41, the righty, from Royal Center, Indiana. Courtney getting the pitch. Winds up, deals. Inside for ball 2. 2-0 count now. Courtney now in a little bit of a hole herself. Transfer from Queens. Had, I believe, a 1-1 ERA. An ERA in the ones is very impressive. At any level, it's a 2-0 is fouled back for strike 1. 2-1 to Haley Kripe. Courtney receiving the pitch. Winds up and deals. High again for ball 3. Hitters count here for Haley Kripe. Even though Autumn Courtney has done a good job of getting these hitters out efficiently, Haley Kripe has a chance to do some damage here. Courtney, the 3-1, and it's taken inside for ball 4. First base runner for the Jayhawks, Haley Kripe draws a walk after 4 straight Ks from Autumn Courtney. The first base runner for the Jayhawks is Haley Kripe. Now September Flanagan up for the Jayhawks with a runner on first, 1 out. 0-0 pitch and a swing and a miss. Swinging early in these counts, which is surprising considering how effective Autumn Courtney has been. Flanagan completely waved on that one. Courtney winds up, deals, inside, no call, so 1-1. A little too inside for the umpire's liking. 1-1 count with 1 out, 1 runner on. In the top of the second. Courtney winds up, deals, and another swing and a miss from Autumn Courtney. Flanagan chased one high. Courtney's done a good job, like I said, keeping these hitters guessing, and they have no idea what's coming. There's been multiple instances early in these first 2 innings where these hitters just chase high. Courtney, the 1-2, and it's taken high that time. Good job by September Flanagan to lay off that one. Jayhawks have gotten a little bit better since the first inning, laying off those high risers from Autumn Courtney. It's a disgusting pitch and really hard to hit. 2-2 count now. Courtney and another swing and a miss. September Flanagan goes down swinging. And that's now 5 Ks for Autumn Courtney. Already more strikeouts in this game than FAU had in the entire last game, their first leg of the doubleheader. And wow, Autumn Courtney is mowing through these ladies like a lawnmower. First pitch is called for a strike again, so 0-1. Emma Tatum up to hit out of Huntington, Texas, the junior lefty. Courtney gets the pitch, winds up, deals, and another swing and a miss. Emma Tatum waves at that one high again. Courtney's done a really good job of establishing that top half of the strike zone, which has allowed her to go even higher and elevating the range. Wouldn't be surprised if she goes right back to it, or maybe a dropper in there low. High again, and it's popped sky high to the first baseman, Yates, and it's a can of corn So Autumn Courtney showing dominance early with 5 strikeouts to start off in the first 2 innings. When we will be back, FAU will be hitting in the bottom of the second, leading 2-0 over the Jayhawks. Welcome back to FAU Owl Radio. The Owls are hitting in the bottom of the second with a 2-0 lead over the Jayhawks. Had a little bit of a 2-out rally in the first, which led to those 2 runs. Good 2-strike hitting. First pitch to number 10, Corin Damier, is taken outside for ball 1. Kennedy Diggs struggling a little bit early. See if she can get back into a groove. Diggs with the 1-0 is taken inside for ball 2. Good eye there from Damier, the righty sophomore from Franklin, Indiana. Didn't play last game, I don't believe. Diggs with the 2-0 over the middle of the plate, and it's fouled back by Damier. Good hack there on a 2-0 count, hitter's count. It's good to establish to the pitcher that I'm not afraid to swing the bat. I'll get this bat off my shoulders and I can do some damage. Kennedy Diggs trying to establish herself early after allowing 2 runs in the bottom of the first. 2-1 is taken for a ball off the plate. Very close there. The Jayhawks fans in attendance are not liking that call, but it's a ball nonetheless. 3-1. Diggs winds up and deals, and it's smacked into right center deep, but it's going to be tracked down and caught by Ainsley Linduff, the junior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with the catch. Good pitch there from Kennedy Diggs, getting a little bit on the hands of Corin Damier, and that number 27, Bella Foreign, who was really good in the last game, went 2 for 4 and very clutch late in the game for the Owls. First pitch over the middle of the plate is called for strike 1. Kennedy Diggs starting off. First pitch strikes are so important in the game. It gives so much confidence to the pitchers and derails the confidence of the hitters. Diggs on the 0-1. It's slap hit down the third baseline. Almost hit the coach for the Owls. Fortunately, she dodged it. But 4 now in a hole here early in the count, 0-2. The freshman from Hoover, Alabama. She went 2 for 4 last game against Ole Miss. The 0-2 is hit sky high to left field, and it is caught for out number 3. Or out number 2. Caught by Bailey Weber. Johns back up, the leadoff hitter. Destiny Johns takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 now. Last game for the Owls, we saw them jump out to a 2-0 lead early in the first inning with walks. In this one, they jumped out with 2-strike hitting 0-1 is fouled off by Johns, and Destiny Johns is now in an 0-2 hole as well. But FAU kind of having a polar opposite start compared to last game. Only had 4 hits or so heading into the 7th inning. Already have half of that through the first inning. Haven't gotten any in the second. 0-2 from Diggs. Smacked down the third baseline. It's called fair. Destiny Johns digging for 2. Stops, and she's going to head back to first. Good job there by Bailey Weber to get to it early and get the ball in. But more 2 out and 2 strike hitting from these gritty Owls. That's going to bring up Kaylee Hammonds, who got a walk in the first inning. But like I said in that first game, FAU didn't have a hit in the entire first inning, but ended up with 2 runs just based off of walks and good base running. Then we saw late they were able to tie it up at 4 and eventually win it in extras. Destiny Johns was 0 for 3 in the game against Ole Miss, is now 1 for 2 today. 1 for 5 on the day, batting 200 on the day. Kaylee Hammonds was 0 for 2 and is 0 for 0 with a walk in the first. First pitch high, take in by Hammonds. 1-0 count now. Diggs already at 37 pitches. Now with the 1-0, winds up and deals, and it lofts into the strike zone on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. 1-1 count now, 2 outs. Destiny Johns looming at first. Total of 4 sophomores in the lineup today for FAU in the second game, as the 1-1 is taken outside by Johns. 2 juniors and only 1 senior in this back leg of the doubleheader, giving the veterans some rest, but not Kaylee Hammonds. The 2-1 from Diggs. Winds up and deals. Lofts in there on the inside part of the plate again. It's almost like a sweeper that catches the plate for strike 2. 2-2 count with 2 outs now. Hammonds has to fight. But we've seen 2 strike and 2 out hitting for the Owls has been no problem in this second leg. Diggs gets the pitch, winding up, deals, and it's low for ball 3, so a full count now. Now at 38 pitches, Kennedy Diggs. Winding up that arm a little bit, getting a little bit more loose for the important 3-2 here. Winds up, deals. Kaylee Hammond smacks it foul over the third baseline, and she'll see another. FAU coming off a historical season last year, 41-16, winning the AAC regular season title, led by a 21-6 record by Jordan Clark, who has a career 76-36 record, all with FAU. As a 3-2, Hammond smacks up the middle, but it's fielded by Tatum and thrown over to first for out number 3. Good late inning defense from the Jayhawks, and Kennedy Diggs works out of that inning. And we'll be back on FAU Hour Radio, where the Jayhawks will be hitting in the top of the 3rd. We are back on FAU Hour Radio as the Jayhawks are getting ready to hit. Due up is number 25, Bailey Amezcua, the freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri. FAU doing a good job establishing their pitching. Last season was obviously a strength in that historic season. And they made their first NCAA regional appearance in 8 years last season, looking to make it there again and maybe even farther with this talented roster as Courtney pitches high for ball one. Autumn Courtney is a freshman who's looking to get started off right here for FAU. Second pitch, the 1-0 is called for a strike on the outer half of the plate. 1-1 count now. To Amezcua. Courtney winds, deals. Amezcua swings and a miss. And that's going to be strike two. 1-2 now. Autumn Courtney in a flow here early with 5 Ks and 1 walk in 2 innings pitched. Has less pitches than Kennedy Diggs with 33 now after that ball that's taken high. Makes it a 2-2 count. Amezcua, the opposing catcher for the Jayhawks, had some rest after their first game against Clemson. Didn't go their way. A narrow loss, 4-3, as Courtney gets another swing and a miss, and it's 6 strikeouts now through 2 1/3 innings for Autumn Courtney. Strikeout swinging. Pure dominance here from Autumn Courtney, mowing through this Jayhawks lineup. She's playing on rookie difficulty right now. Bailey Weber now trying to change up the flow of this game. The 5'6" lefty freshman slap hits one to third, fielded cleanly and thrown over to fourth from Mora to Yates for out number 2. So a quick out there. Autumn Courtney now with 38 pitches and 6 Ks has not allowed a single hit. Knock on wood.
Back to the top of the order for the Jayhawks.
Top of the order now.
Fielder
It's going to be
for
Presley Limbaugh, the outfielder. Lefty junior from Cooper, Texas. First pitch is taken outside for strike 1. Courtney has really just had her way with these Jayhawks hitters, and it's partially, well, mainly due to her command on the plate. She is throwing that ball exactly where she wants to. And that has resulted in 6 strikeouts and only 1 base runner, as the 0-1 is taken for a strike 2. 0-2 count now with 2 outs. Courtney looking for a 7th K. Courtney gathering, getting the pitch. Going for 7 Ks, and it's taken high. A great take there from Limbaugh, the slap-hitting junior. Obviously 0 for 1, I'm pretty sure, went out looking in her first at-bat. Looking to have a better at-bat right here, but not looking good. The 1-2 from Courtney is dealt, and it's taken high again. Courtney has struggled to command it high, but she's also gotten plenty of strikeouts on high pitches. Done a good job commanding that riser. That rise on the hitter. Courtney, 2-2 is taken for strike 3. Another strikeout looking for Limbaugh, and that is now 7 Ks through 3 innings. Autumn Courtney looking like Paul Skeens out here for the Owls. Oh my goodness. We will be back. FAU will be hitting in the bottom of the 3rd. We are back on FAU Owl Radio. Kennedy Diggs still in there for the Jayhawks. Struggling the first 2 innings, giving up 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 hits on 44 pitches. Trying to have a little bit of a quicker inning so far. She hasn't really struggled getting the first 2 outs, but after that she struggled a bit, giving up 2 runs on 2 outs and a lot of 2-strike count hits as well. The Owls are doing a great job of extending the count and getting a pitch to hit, as Jessiana Mora is up. to lead it off in the bottom of the third. Diggs, winds, deals, catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. Jesse Onamora, 5'2" lefty from Apopka, Florida, like we said. Played in the first game against Ole Miss and went 1 for 3. Diggs with the 0-1. Doesn't catch the outside part of the plate that time, so it's going to be 1-1. Good take there from Jesse Onamora. Hitting third, as she did last game as well. A dangerous hitter, as we all know. Diggs winds up. Gets the pitch, deals, and Morris slaps one hard into right field, and it's caught on a diving play from Linduff. Great play there from Ainsley Linduff, the junior. Good reaction on that one. That one was hit really hard on a frozen rope. Absolute barrel there from Jesse Onamora. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. That's going to bring up Sierra Gibson, though. Started her day off with a walk. Or I guess started her day off 0 for 3, but started this game off with a walk. She takes strike one over the plate. 0-1 now. Diggs getting the pitch, taking her sweet time. And, oh my goodness, that is smoked up the middle from Sierra Gibson. It's going to be a 1-out hit. 1 for 1 now at the walk. Sierra Gibson having a polar opposite game as she did last game, like we said. Went 0 for 3. Now 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. That's going to bring up Kylie Chanel, the sophomore from Keystone Heights, Florida. Chanel did not play in the first game against Ole Miss, but already has had an impact on this game. Started off that first inning with a hit. Diggs with the 0-0 to Chanel. Taken outside for a strike. 0-1. Chanel taking her time getting back in the box. Diggs now getting the pitch, winding up, releases, and Chanel takes strike two on the inside part of the plate. 0-2 now. Usually 0-2 is not the spot you want to be in, but for the Owls, that has been no problem hitting in these tough counts. See if they can do it again here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. The 0-2 is fouled off over the first baseline. Chanel continuing to fight in this at-bat. Diggs loads up for the 0-2 to Chanel. Winding up, releases, and it's pitched high. Back pick to first, and Gibson is safe. Gets back in time. Good take there from Kylie Chanel, making Kennedy Diggs work for this one. That was her 50th pitch of the game already. We're only in the bottom of the third with 1 out. Diggs winds up, releases, and Chanel chases low. It's fouled off. Good job there from Chanel. When you commit like that, you just have to go all the way. You can't half swing and get struck out. You just have to try and make contact, and Chanel did a good job making contact with that one. That almost hit the plate. It was so low. But nonetheless, the at-bat continues. Still 1-2. 1 out. Gibson still on first. Diggs getting the pitch. Winds up in deals for Chanel, and it's smoked sky high in foul territory. Tracking it down as a third baseman, and it's dropped by Flanagan. Maybe lost it in the lights there. September Flanagan. Not Flanagan. Flanagan. But Kylie Chanel continuing to fight in this at-bat. Still 1-2. But has already extended the at-bat by 3 pitches after being in a hole 0-2. Diggs getting the 1-2 call. Winding up and dealing to Chanel, and it's hit deep center field. Getting tracked back, and it's just out of the reach. Hits off the wall. Runner Gibson going home. Chanel going to third, and she's safe, and it's going to score a run. A one-out triple for Kylie Chanel, extending the Owls' lead 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Great job in 2 strike counts from the Owls early, and that one is no different. Kylie Chanel doing her thing. Smoked that one, hit off the base of the wall, and showed off the wheels there, digging for 3. And it was a stand-up triple. And Kennedy Diggs with 56 pitches. He's given up 2 walks, 3 runs, and 5 hits now. Might be the end of her day early here in the Paradise Classic. Game 2 for both teams. It's now Yates. Up, the 0-0 from Diggs is on the way. Taken just off the plate for ball 1. 1-0 count to Chloe Yates, the righty junior from Ardmore, Oklahoma. Yates waiting patiently for the 1-0. Diggs also patiently getting the call. Winding up in deals inside. Good stop there from the catcher, Ameskua. Not letting that ball pass her. That would have scored Chanel easily. But instead it's a 2-0 count. If you're Diggs here, you might just have to pitch to contact. Don't want to draw another walk and have this inning continue. Especially with a dangerous hitter like Shelton. Up next as the 2-0 is a ball taken inside. Now 3-0. Automatic take here, but Kylie Shelton is up next, trying to drive in Kylie Chanel if Diggs cannot get an out here, or if Diggs, I guess, can't get a double play. So Shelton is going to come up anyways. Diggs with the 3-0, and it's taken low for a ball. So another walk from Kennedy Diggs early here, and her day might be wrapping up earlier than expected. She's only 2 1/3 innings through with 4 walks, 3 earned runs, and 5 hits. 9 runners on in 3 innings. That is a 3 whip. Just 3 runners per inning allowed on base, and she's handing the ball off, and her day is done. Kennedy Diggs getting out of there early with the Owls, getting 8 base runners off of her, and scoring 3 runs in 2 1/3 inning. New pitcher coming in now is going to be number 17, Emma Grace Williams, the freshman from Buford, Georgia. When we are back, she is going to get her day started as the Owls lead 3-0 with 1 out. Kylie Shelton due up. We are back on FAU Hour Radio as Emma Grace Williams is finishing warming up. Kylie Shelton up to the plate. The sophomore is 0 for 1 today. Played in the first game against Ole Miss and went 1 for 3. Mound visit gets broken up. Not the mound visit, but you know what I'm saying. All started from the Kylie Chanel triple with 1 out. Now runners on the corners. Shelton in the box. Washington loads up and deals. Shelton skies one in a short left center. Looking to tag up is Chanel. She's going to stay put at third. So 1 pitch, 1 out from, it's not Emma Grace Williams. That is for FAU. It's Kaylee Washington, the freshman. My apologies. So Kaylee Washington doing a good job. 1 pitch, 1 out is a very rare thing, especially when a team has been on fire like FAU's hitting has been. That's going to bring up Damier. Corin Damier, number 10. Washington loads up and fires off the plate for ball 1. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Owls still lead 3-0 in the bottom of the third with 5 hits and 3 walks. It's 8 base runners already. Damier, the 1-0 takes inside for ball 2. 2-0 count now. Like I said, Damier did not play in the first game against Ole Miss. Is 0 for 1 so far in this one. Washington loads. Damier takes for ball 3. 3-0 now. Auto take here from Damier. Washington didn't pitch in the first game either, along with Diggs. Washington loads up, fires inside again for ball 4, so the bases are loaded for the Owls. 9-hole hitter is Bella Ferran, the freshman from Hoover, Alabama. Ferran played in the first game, had 2 hits on 4 at-bats with an RBI. She had some good 2-strike hitting as well in that game against Ole Miss earlier. Washington gets the pitch, loads up and fires off the plate, but called for a strike. 0-1. Good backdoor cutting action there from Washington. The 5'10 freshman from Topeka, Kansas. Long way from Kansas here, Boca Raton is. So 0-1 is off the plate for ball 1. 1-1 now, 2 outs. Base is still loaded. Nothing changed. No one teleported. No one got beamed up in the sky by a UFO or anything crazy like that. Ferran now. The 1-1 Washington deals off the plate but gets it a chase. 1-2 now. Uncharacteristically bad swing there from Bella Ferran. Having to lock back in here now in a 2-strike count with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Anything that lands in the field of play is going to score 1 or 2 runs at least. Washington loading up. Fires for Ferran, taken. The ball is caught in the other batter's box. Now 2-2 with 2 outs. Ferran looking to extend this Owls lead. They lead 3-0 early in the bottom of the third. Kansas trying to stop the bleeding. Bella Ferran showing bunt, peels back. The 2-2 taken low, and it's a full count now. Bella Ferran works it full. It's going to be a payoff pitch here. 3-2. Bases loaded. Got to have a strike here if you're Washington, and if you're Ferran, you got to know you're going to probably get a pitch to hit here. Got to be locked and loaded. Ready to go. Washington winding up. Fires for Ferran. Smack towards the shortstop. Fielded cleanly over to first, and it's an out. Good job there by Haley Kripe getting over to Bagshaw for out number 3. And Kansas limits the damage, only allowing 1 in the bottom of the third. Still trailing by 3 with 0 runs. Heading into the top of the 4th, we will be back on FAU Hour Radio. Kansas will be hitting. We are back on FAU Hour Radio. We just saw Kansas head coach Jennifer McFalls get the team together, trying to get a rally started here as they trail in the top of the 4th, 3-0. FAU cruising through their second game of the Paradise Classic after a thrilling win over Ole Miss, where they found themselves trailing by 2 in extra innings in the 8th. But a walk-off double did it for them to win 5-4. Now looking to go 2-0. Courtney deals, and it's fouled back for strike number 1. Courtney looking to continue her dominance in this game. The call, strike 2. Now 0-2. Courtney, like I said, has 7 Ks through 3 innings, and only 1 base runner has been surrendered by walk. Courtney deals another one, and it's fly to left center. Camping under it is Gibson. That's out number 1. On day 1 of the Paradise Classic, Kansas has played Clemson and lost. Ole Miss has played Clemson and won. FAU is now playing Kansas, and FAU has also beaten Ole Miss as Courtney's first pitch is taken inside for ball 1. So Kansas has played Clemson and lost. So they're 0-1. Ole Miss has played Clemson and FAU. They beat Clemson, lost to FAU, so they're 1-1. So on the first day of the Paradise Classic, FAU could be the only team to come out undefeated. It's the 0-1 is fouled back. Or the 1-0 is fouled back. 1-1 count now. A lot of big name teams such as Clemson, Kansas, and Ole Miss in this first day. As Courtney's 1-1 is fouled way back over here, and it's almost caught by a producer. Bad hands, butterfingers. That's not good looks there. You got to catch that one. That was a can of corn. Got to come down with that. Courtney's 1-2 is fired. Oh, my goodness, and it is demolished foul. Holy smokes. That might have gone 450 feet if it had stayed fair. Jeez Louise. Number 23, Olivia Bruno, almost sent that one and hit a car in the parking lot. Holy, I'm not getting over that one. That was demolished, but it was foul, so it's just a strike. 1-2 now. Courtney deals, and it bounces about 3 feet in front of home plate. Let it go a little bit early there. 2-2 now. Bruno looking to get Kansas's first hit of the day. Courtney getting the pitch, winding up and dealing inside, and Bruno crushes it foul again. I mean, these are straight warning shots from Olivia Bruno, the 5'10 senior. She is getting into these balls after striking out in the first inning, swinging. She's coming back for vengeance on Autumn Courtney, but it is just another pitch. 2-2 again. Sorry, I had a hair on my screen. Had to blow it off. I think you have to go off-speed away here if you're Autumn Courtney. I mean, this is scary if you're a pitcher, just seeing a hitter tank these foul. She throws it outside for a strikeout looking. 8 Ks now from Autumn Courtney. Like I said, goes outside after 3 consecutive pitches inside, where Bruno took 2 of them over the fence foul. Took that and learned with it. You got to use your misses. In softball and in baseball, every pitch is important. Courtney's 0-0 to Bagshaw is taking for strike number 1. 0-1 count now. To Campbell Bagshaw, the junior infielder. Courtney with 8 Ks. Throws the 0-1, and it's called strike 2. Autumn Courtney continues to absolutely mow down these Jayhawks with 8 Ks through 3 2/3 innings pitched. Getting the pitch call. Courtney loads up and deals high, and it's taken by Bagshaw. Good take there in an 0-2 count. Not getting out of your element to chase it high, but we've seen Autumn Courtney get Plenty of Jayhawks chasing on that high riser. Wouldn't be surprised if she goes to it again. The 1-2 is fouled up, out of play, hits the net. And Campbell Bagshaw continues to fight. Still a 1-2 count. Kansas has not gotten a hit yet, knock on wood, of course. While FAU has 5 with 3 walks. So 8 runners on base compared to 1. Autumn Courtney deals, and another swing and a miss. 9 strikeouts from Autumn Courtney through 4 innings. Just pure dominance in this second game of the Paradise Classic. Looking to start FAU off right, going 2-0. We'll be back on FAU Owl Radio. The Owls will be hitting in the bottom of the 4th. We are back on FAU Owl Radio, cruising through this game, already in the bottom of the 4th. The last game against Ole Miss went on for nearly 2.5 hours, or 3 hours, I should say, ending at around 7 o'clock with a 4:30 start, or 4 o'clock start, sorry. Washington still in there to pitch. Destiny Johns, the freshman, leading this one off. Coming off an 0-for-3 performance with a walk and a strikeout against Ole Miss earlier today. But ran in a run, which was pivotal late. Washington, the 0-0, strike called over the middle, 0-1 to Destiny Johns. 1 for 2 so far in this game with a second inning single. A lot of FAU's hits have been on 2-strike counts, and most of them have been with 2 outs too, as Johns fouls one to the left. 0-2 count now. Just nothing crazy though, because with 2 outs, FAU is hitting .500, 3 of 6, and overall hitting .357, .514 with an extra base hit and 4 walks. No strikeouts so far, but that could change. Washington, the 0-2. Johns doesn't chase high. It's a 1-2 count now after the high pitch from Washington. And with runners on, FAU's 3 for 8 with a .375 batting average. Like I said, with 2 strikes, they have been absolutely stellar in this game. Washington with the 1-2 winds up and deals. Johns takes one outside for ball 2. 2-2 count now. Trying to give FAU some Geico, some insurance, some State Farm, some Allstate. Washington trying to stop them from filing an insurance claim. 2-2 is taken outside, and Johns works it full after starting off 0-2, is now in a full count, 3-2. Number 33, interesting choice of number. She is a freshman though, so she didn't get first dibs probably. The 3-2 is taken for strike 3. The first K for the Jayhawks comes from Washington's hands. Not George. It's Kaylee Washington, the better Washington, of course. That's the first out of the bottom of the 4th. Like I said, the first K for the Jayhawks in 3 innings, or in the entire game, I should say. 17 pitches so far from Washington, having no problems really, besides the 1 walk has done really good against the Owls. The 0-0 to Kylie Hammonds is taken low for ball 1. Number 9, Kylie Hammonds, the senior. Went 0 for 2 last game with 2 walks. Hammond's now dealt the 1-0, taken for strike number 1. 1-1 count now. Some technical difficulties, my apologies, but we are back after that short little technological break. Hammonds flew out to left field foul, so it's now 2-1 to the hitter Mora with 2 outs. Washington deals, and it's smacked right back to her from Mora. Washington tosses over to first to Bagshaw, and that will end the bottom of the 4th. FAU still leading the Jayhawks 3-0, heading in the top of the 5th. We'll see if the Kansas Jayhawks can finally respond and get some production with the bats. Welcome back to FAU Hour Radio. Short break here. I just want to highlight FAU's early hitting, 5 of 17 with the bats, 4 walks and only 1 strikeout. And with runners on, they're 3 for 8, batting .375. For the Jayhawks, they got to get something going here, and it's going to start up with the hitter that is coming up, Haley Kripe, the junior from Royal Center, Indiana. Haley Kripe had 10 doubles and 34 RBIs and had many multi-home run games and grand slams last season. So who better to start off the Jayhawks hitting performance tonight than Kripe? Got her game started off with a walk. I'm sure Autumn Courtney knows how much of a danger Kripe is, and Kripe is just eager to get bat on the ball here. Courtney getting the signs. Winds up and deals for Kripe. Hits her, so 1 pitch, and she's on base. Hit by pitch and a walk for Haley Kripe. Maybe be the best case scenario for the Owls, as like I said, is a dangerous hitter, and you do not want her to get into one. We saw Olivia Bruno get into a couple that went foul last inning. Home runs would be a catastrophic event here if given up. Courtney now deals to Flanagan, taken for strike number 1, 0-1. Flanagan is struck out swinging this game. 5'9" sophomore from Morrison, Oklahoma, looking to start off the Jayhawks. Still haven't gotten a hit. Courtney deals, taken for strike number 2. 0-2 count now. Courtney now hunting, praying for a 10th strikeout. Can she get double digits in the 5th inning? The 0-2 kicks, deals high, does not get the swing. Good take there from Flanagan, laying off the high riser. 1-2 count now. Kansas is desperate here, coming into the late hours of this game. Autumn Courtney gets a sign, fires, and it's fouled straight back. Good job from September Flanagan. We got September versus Autumn here. Interesting name combo. Autumn, September isn't. What even is Autumn? Like, what even is that? I know fall is the season, but what is Autumn? Like, what even is that? I have a cousin named Autumn, but, like, is it just a name? Courtney fires, and it's fouled back again. by September. But like, what even? I'm about to look it up. What even is autumn? Like, it's not a season, because fall is the season. I'm looking it up, you guys. I gotta figure out what autumn is. Call me an idiot. Courtney fires off the plate. Ball 2. Good eye from September Flanagan. So autumn. Oh, it is a season. What? No way. But I thought autumn is fall. Oh, they're wait, hold up. Okay. Courtney deals high. Now September Flanagan has worked it full. 3-2. So autumn and fall are basically just synonyms. They're the same thing. Fall is more common in the United States, but autumn is more common in like Britain and all those Chaplain states. Courtney deals, and it's fouled back again towards the stand. Heads up. Man, got some butterfingers in the stand. It's really starting to make me mad. You guys cannot catch. I mean, these softballs are bigger than your hands. You guys really can't catch these? You have a cap on too, dude. You got to catch that one. Anyways, it falls foul into the stands, and Flanagan continues to work this at bat. 3-2 now. Courtney deals inside, taken for ball 4. And Flanagan draws a walk. So now only really the first signs of any struggle here for Autumn Courtney, with runners on first and second, no outs. And Emma Tatum is up. So September gets the best of Autumn there. Interesting. I thought autumn was a season, and I kind of knew it was a season, but I'm like, what about fall? Are they the same thing? Like, are they both seasons? I mean, I guess they're just the same. They're just the same. They're just different. So why don't we have 2 names for winter? What's another good like name that represents winter? Like Courtney deals. The 0-0 is bunted down the third baseline, foul by Tatum. Winter. What gives winter vibes? Well, autumn is like an actual word. I'd have to like make up a word. Flumber. It's like a winter name. Slumber. Nah, it's bad. It's really bad. Courtney with the 0-1 is fouled sky high behind the plate. Tatum, and it's going to fall foul. Damier couldn't react fast enough. It's an 0-2 count, though, so Courtney trying to get her 10th K here. But we saw last at bat, September Flanagan went from 0-2 to full count to then drawing a walk after many foul balls. Autumn Courtney looking to have less trouble with this one. Deals, and it's fouled back again. Still 0-2. Is there another name for winter? I'm curious now. It's piqued my interest. Wintertide, cold season, like those are lame. They don't have another. So I guess fall is just different. Fall and autumn, that season is just different. They get 2 names. Courtney with the 0-2, and another foul ball from Tatum goes out of play over the third base line. Still 0-2. Kansas is 0 for 2 with runners on base so far in this game, and haven't even had a runner in scoring position at all this game until now. Courtney deals to Tatum. The 0-2 is hit deep. Not actually deep. Pretty shallow to center. It's a can of corn for Kylie Hammonds. First out of the top of the 5th. Some early trouble in this inning from Courtney, but Courtney seeming Autumn is seeming to handle it just fine. Autumn. So it's used by mostly British people, but like they would struggle to say that word. Autumn. Autumn Courtney deals, and it's strike number 1 swinging on the hitter Amezcua. Bailey Amezcua, the freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri. 5'3" freshman. Courtney deals again and gets the strike call over the plate. Another 0-2 count. It's the 3rd time in a row we've seen Autumn Courtney get out to a 2-strike lead in these at-bats. One of which resulted in a put-out to center, and the other resulted in a walk. Trying to get a strikeout here for 10. Taken high, face high, might I mention, by Amezcua. Old Man Winter, Jack Frost, like these are not names for winter. These are just like different fonts. What about Summer? Autumn Courtney with the 1-2. Fouled back. Mezcua. Jayhawks doing a good job of extending these counts in the 5th inning. Haven't seen a lot of it until now. Getting Courtney's pitch count high, trying to get her out of this game and start a rally here late in their 2nd game of the Paradise Classic. Autumn Courtney now at 73 pitches thrown. Still only 9 strikeouts. Only 9 strikeouts. Only 9. Hasn't gotten her 10th yet with 2 walks. Courtney fires. 1-2 taken. Ooh, and that's a close one. Says not a strike. I would beg to differ. But, you know, Amescu is a short lady. She's only 5'4". So her strike zone is definitely shortened up. North-south. It's like a rectangle. Courtney with the 2-2. Inside taken. So another 2-strike count has been worked full. I guess that huddle up, the beginning of the 5th inning, has really helped these Jayhawks. The end of the top of the 4th has really helped these Jayhawks get their act together, pitching or defensively and offensively. Amezcua awaits the 3-2 pitch. The payoff is taken inside for strike 3. Now double-digit strikeouts for Autumn Courtney. She's got 10 through 4 2/3. And she's showing no signs of stopping. No signs of tiredness, nothing. She's just going to keep on mowing on through. Has given up 4 walks, though. Still no hits. The 0-0 is taken outside. Showing bunt is Bailey Weber, the outfielder, freshman. Jayhawks are 0-14 from the plate with 2 walks and 10 strikeouts. 0-2 with runners in scoring position as the 1-0 is slapped to third. Fielded cleanly and thrown over, but it's dropped by the first baseman, Yates, and it's going to score Kripe from second. So a costly error there from Chloe Yates is going to bring in the Jayhawks' first run. It should go down as an E3 because it did hit off the glove. She just couldn't control it. And now runners at the corners, and the leading run is now at the plate. Presley Limbaugh, number 4. The lefty junior is 0-2 today with 2 strikeouts. Trying to change that up right now. Courtney fires and deals, and it's slap hit out of play for strike number 1. A costly error there from Chloe Yates. Not only extends the inning, but gets Kansas's first run of the game with no hits. We saw that last game where FAU had 2 runs with no hits, just straight walks. And fielder's choice as Courtney fires another one, and it's slapped hard in a deep left center field. A stand-up double. Now Flanagan digging for home, or Weber digging for home. Oh, and Limbaugh has backpicked that second. But they're going to say that Weber scored before she was backpicked, so it should tie the game up. They're arguing. They're going to say that Weber did not touch home plate before Limbaugh was backpicked at second. A good heads-up play there by Kylie Hammonds to backpick at second. And it looks like Kansas is only going to come out with 1 run after that double into the gap. The umps are coming together. It was close. Like I said, a good heads-up play from Kylie Hammonds to throw it into second before Bailey Weber got to home. And they're going to overturn it, I believe, or maybe not. The Kansas head coach is arguing. I mean, we got to get a call here eventually. It's going to look like the run doesn't count. So Limbaugh bats in 1, but the tying run was stranded due to Limbaugh getting backpicked at second. So it's going to be a 3-2 lead still with FAU, but Kansas starting off their scoring in the top of the 5th. Finally, they get their first hit. Now 1 for 16. An interesting play there. I mean, they still really haven't come to a conclusive decision about that play. The scoreboard hasn't changed. The stat broadcast online has also not changed. A lot of confusion here from that top half of the 5th. there's no question whether Limbaugh was backpicked or not. It was just came down to, did Weber touch the plate beforehand? And that's why you have to run those out. You have to run full speed through the plate. Even though you think you're safe, you might be. But since Limbaugh was tagged out before Weber reached home, the run doesn't count. So with one hit, the Jayhawks are only trailing by one. FAU leading 3-2, have 5 hits compared to the Jayhawks 1, but it's closer on the scoreboard than you would think. A 3-2 lead the Owls have. As Sierra Gibson is coming up to the plate. Washington still in there pitching. Takes a strike on the outer half of the plate. 0-1. Wow, this headset, I gotta tell you guys, this headset is not good on the ears. It hurts my fat old ears so much, and I am in agonizing pain. Washington with the 0-1. Deals to Gibson, and wow, a generous call there from the umpire, maybe a bit of a makeup call. Now 0-2 to Gibson, who's 1 for 1 with a walk today. Didn't have a hit in the first game. Went 0 for 3, takes a ball high and away for ball 1. 1-2 count now. We've seen a lot of 2-strike and 2-out hitting from the Owls. See if that continues in the bottom of the 5th. Washington loads up, fires, taken off the plate for ball number 2. I mean, that pitch looked like the exact same spot as the one that was called for a strike earlier in this at-bat. The ump doesn't give it to him. You got to be consistent. If you're going to make that call once, you got to make it every single time, or else the fans aren't going to be too happy and the players aren't either. Inconsistency is the biggest thing when it comes to people being mad at the umps. The 2-2's fired in there, and it's a ball again. Wow, that one looked like it caught more of the plate than the previous strikes, but the umpire doesn't think so. 3-2 now. Gibson has worked it full. Being down 0-2, now a full count. Gibson from the 0-2. Washington fires and draws a walk. Wow, great at-bat there from Sierra Gibson, the sophomore. Still a lot of confusion from that last play when Kansas was hitting. But they ruled it that only 1 run had scored. Now Kylie Chanel, the sophomore, is 2 for 2 on the day. Went 0 for 4 in the first game against Ole Miss. Washington deals. Chanel smacks one into center field, and it is caught on a sliding catch from Limbaugh, showing the glove work. Nice web gem there from Peyton Limbaugh. Presley Limbaugh, my apologies. 1 out now. In the bottom of the 5th, first baseman Chloe Yates. The juniors 1 for 1 for today. Had that costly error that ended up resulting in multiple runs for the Jayhawks. Trying to make up for that here. Oh, wow, this hurts so bad on the ears. This headset is not fit for my fat head. I mean, like, every time I take it off, though, it's such an amazing relief. So I kind of hope this inning ends quickly because my ears hurt so bad and I need to take this headset off. A mound visit, and I'm actually going to take this time to take the headset off. Oh my God, instant relief. Instant relief. A mound visit here for the Jayhawks. Oh, my ears. My ears. Oh, they're like bright red. They're like Rudolph nose red right now. It's insane. Wow. I'm just like massaging them. I'm like groping my ears right now. They hurt that bad. And we're going to have to put it back on though. After the mound visit. Kaylee Washington, the 5'10 freshman from Topeka, Kansas. Topeka, Kansas. To Yates. First pitch called for a strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. 0-1. 1 out here. Runner on first is Sierra Gibson. Each trying to guard. What am I talking about? Extend the lead and get some insurance for the Owls. Second pitch from Washington is taken outside. Almost got away from the catcher in Mezcua, but it's a 1-1 count now. Ooh, Washington deals, taken high for ball number 2. Whew. Calling games by yourself definitely gets, I wouldn't say boring, but a little bit like, I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for here. Understimulating. It happens. Washington with the 2-1. Taken outside for ball 3. So 3-1 count now, 1 out. Sierra Gibson still stands on first, showing no. Sorry, factory reset. Had something stuck in my throat. Gibson stands on first, showing no signs of stealing second. The 3-1 jam shot just past the third baseman, and it's caught for out number 2. Not sure what the approach there from Chloe Yates was. I mean, you are in a hitter's count, but that is just not a good pitch to swing at. In on the hands, flares it to the third baseman for the second out. And ever since Washington has come in, Keely Washington has come in for the Kansas Jayhawks, it has been smooth sailing. Not a single run since she has come into the game. Only 1 strikeout. Hasn't allowed a single hit. Only 2 walks with 37 pitches on the night. Pinch hitter is Guzman, number 21. Yanni Guzman flares it to the first baseman, and another diving catch for the Jayhawks is Bagshaw. Campbell Bagshaw ending the inning here, and Jayhawks might be cooking here, heading to the top of the 6th, only trailing by 1 run. FAU might be getting a little bit tired after playing 14 consecutive innings, or going into their 14th consecutive inning. We'll see how that affects them when we are back. We are back on FAU Hour Radio. I was going to check in for my book flight tomorrow, but looks like I don't have the time. Mom, if you're watching, I'm being responsible, and I will book. I will, what do I call it? Check in. I will check in for my flight. It lands at 11, though? Like, what the freak? That's kind of late, dude. I mean, my last class ends at 3:30. Like, what got you the impression that I needed to be landing that late? I'm very appreciative, though. Top of the 6th. Jayhawks trying to come back. Courtney's first pitch is fouled back. Courtney's still in there, still cruising through these Jayhawks hitters at 84 total pitches now. Facing off against Ainsley Lindoff, the outfielder, 5'7" junior from Oklahoma, lefty. Courtney fires the 0-1, fouled back again by Lindoff. So, I mean, it seems like every single time it is an 0-2 count. I might as well just set it to 0-2 every time. I mean, the scoreboard might as well automatically be set to 0-2 every time Courtney is pitching. Courtney with the 0-2 to Lindoff, fouled off again. I mean, if Kansas turn some of these foul balls into hits, I mean, they'd probably have double-digit runs right now. They have, off the top of my head, I think they have about 25 foul balls, maybe 30. I mean, it's just foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, strikeout, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, 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 foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, walk, foul, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. Anyways, it's been a long day. I've been here for like 6 hours. I got here at 3 o'clock. I did the Ole Miss game. Courtney kick steals the 0-2, is taken high for a ball. It's been a long day. My ears hurt. I've had this headset on for like dang near 4 hours. Not consecutively, but like my ears are hurting. My back is hurting. I'm not sweating as bad as I was in the first game. Courtney with the 1-2. Oh, guess what? It was fouled off again by Linduff. Still 1-2. No outs in the top of the 6th. And I'm really, I hate to admit it, but I'm working off a pretzel right now. That's all I've had to eat today. I'm about to go home, and I don't even know what I'm going to eat. Like, honestly, I'm so hungry, though. I could smack up some McD's right now. Courtney deals the 1-2, and it's called strike 3. 11 Ks now for Autumn. Courtney gets Linduff looking. And now, a big threat is coming up. Olivia Bruno hit 2 foul warning shots to Courtney, trying to keep one of those fair and tie it up here. Wouldn't be surprised if she pitches away from Bruno, if I'm being completely honest. Courtney, first pitch, low, hits off the plate for ball 1. Trying to think, what should I eat for dinner though? Like, what do we got? Mac and cheese, that could hit for show. I can't eat ground beef because it's in the freezer. I didn't. 1-0 is called, strike 1. Too focused on dinner, can't call the game. Jeez. I guess it wasn't called strike. It's 2-0. Courtney in one of her only holes in the game. 2-0 count now to Bruno. Fouled back off a high riser. Like I said, you might want to pitch away from a hitter like this. After Bruno hit 2 foul home runs in her last at-bat, Courtney's kind of pitching away from her. 2-1 count, though. And I'm so thirsty. I haven't had water. I finished my water in like 12 seconds. It's like, ugh. I'm tweaking. My mouth is so dry. I've been talking for like 3 hours straight. Courtney with the 2-1. Called strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. 2-2 now with 1 out. No runners on base. Courtney may be hunting for 12 strikeouts. 12. She's only given up 1 hit and 2 walks. So only 3 runners have been allowed on base in 5 1/3 inning. The 2-2 from Courtney. Foul down the third base line, does not stay fair. So guess what? Another foul ball added to the count. Bruno had a strikeout swinging in the first and a strikeout looking in the 4th. Maybe Courtney can get her on a drop third strike to complete the trifecta of strikeouts. I guess you could go for the cycle if you have a batter like violation, like not getting in the box in time is an automatic strike. You could strike out that way, so you could technically hit for the batters a cycle strikeout. I guess a strikeout cycle. Very unlikely though, considering you have 20 seconds to get in the box. Courtney getting the pitch, loads up, fires to Bruno, ripped foul near the dugout. Bruno has shown that she's on Courtney, just hasn't gotten the best of her so far. Again, has 2 strikeouts in this game. And in the last game, went 1 for 4. Had an RBI. One of the 3 runs that were hit in were by her. Courtney, the 2-2 payoff. Not the payoff. This is going to be the payoff because it was taken low for a ball 3. 3-2 count now. 1 out, steal in the top of the 6th. Minute, girl, disingenuous. Courtney on the full count. Oh, ripped foul. I mean, these are some warning shots. Still a full count. Bruno working it. Kansas has left 2 on base. Florida Atlantic has left 8. But you can't really leave runners on base if you don't have runners on base. So that's what it's been like for Kansas. Courtney, the 3-2 payoff. Hit sky high foul. It's going to be out of play again. Another foul ball. I mean, jeez, how many foul balls are we going to have, you guys? I know the softballs are huge. They're like the size of like they're I can't even find a comparison. They're like the size of like 3 apples crunched into one. But like, really, you can't get 1 swing and a miss here? I mean, you've gotten like 7 swings and a misses for strikeouts as the full count payoff pitch is taken for ball 4. So Bruno draws a walk and reaches base for the first time tonight. It's going to bring up Campbell Bagshaw, the first baseman, 0 for 2 in the game right now. However, she also didn't. Did she play? Let's see. Oh, yeah, she has not gotten a hit all day. She is 0 for 6. That is not what you want to see if you're a Jayhawks fan. Is taken for a ball. That was Autumn Courtney's 100th pitch on the night. Still showing really no signs of slowing down, though. These softball pitchers can go upwards of 120, 130 pitches if they need to. The 1-0. Inside and low again. Bagshaw trying to tie it up here or take the lead for the Jayhawks in the top of the 6th. Courtney trying to just get through this inning and get the closer out there and end the first day of the Paradise Classic undefeated as Courtney fires. It's popped up in the infield. Casamino calls for it, and it is a can of corn for 2 outs. A jam shot there from Campbell Bagshaw. Just got in on the hands. Good pitch there from Courtney. She's worked the inside of the plate very well in this game. It's going to bring up Haley Kripe, who is a dangerous hitter and can change this game in an instant. Obviously, I said earlier, had many multi-home run games last season. As the 0-0 pitch is taken for strike 1. Autumn Courtney doing an amazing job establishing that inside part of the plate early in the counts as well, making the hitters uncomfortable. The 0-1 to Kripe, inside again, called for strike 2. Almost the same exact spot as the first strike, and now Kripe, the 5-hole hitter, is in a bit of a hole here. 0-2. I wonder what's next. Probably a foul ball. 0-2, 2 strikes. Runner on first is Bruno. Kripe awaiting the 0-2. Courtney gets the pitch calm. The pitch flared backwards for, guess what, a foul ball. Still 0-2. Bruno still looming on base. Kripe got a walk in the 2nd and hit by a pitch in the 5th. Looking to get on base in a different way here. Courtney receiving the pitch. Loading up and deals for Kripe high. Runner goes as Bruno, and she's thrown out at second. Indy throw out from Damier. Absolutely thrown on a frozen rope. And that's going to end the inning. Not sure why she would go on an 0-2 count. First basemans aren't typically fast. Or that's not the first baseman. Bruno is considered a utility, but she's a big girl. 5'10". But wow. Bruno gets caught stealing the end. Top of the 6th. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. The Jayhawks are now down to the last 3 outs. The Owls will be hitting when we come back on FAU Owl Radio. We are back on FAU Owl Radio. The Owls lead 3-2 over the Jayhawks. In the second leg of the doubleheader, Washington dealing to Damier. Damier takes for strike. I'm going to stop talking like that. Oh, God, I'm annoyed with myself. Any Hoosiers. Shout out to Indiana. Kaylee Washington doing a good job with damage control. Hasn't allowed a run or a hit in her 2 2/3 innings pitched. As the 0-1 is taken outside for a ball. 1-1 count now to Damier. Washington loads up and fires, and it's going to hit Damier. It's a hit by pitch. Or, nope, they're going to say it hit off Damier's bat, so it's going to be a strike. 1-2 now. Damier from Washington deals jam shot to the second baseman. Damier trying to run it out and is gunned out by a mile. Emma Tatum throwing it to Bagshaw for the putout. It's going to bring up Bella Foreign, who's 0 for 2 in this game against Kansas. If you're the Jayhawks, you just got to get out of this inning scoreless and hope that your bats can get hot. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Jayhawks. Washington. Leadoff pitch to Foreign. Taken high for a ball. Check swing did not go. It's going to be 1-0 count. Foreign has flown out to left and grounded out to short in her 2 plate appearances. The 1-0 from Washington is flared foul by Foreign. So 1-1 count now. Bottom of the 6th. The Owls still lead 3-2. Jayhawks only with 1 hit. Like I said, Owls haven't gotten a hit since Kaylee Washington entered the game late in the 3rd inning or 4th inning. Washington with the pitch to Foreign. 1-1 called. Strike 2. 1-2 now. Foreign in a little bit of a hole here. Has to battle in this at bat. Kaylee Washington doing an amazing job of stopping all the damage that was done from Griggs, or Diggs, Kennedy Diggs, as Foreign grounds one softly to third base, and it's fired over. Flanagan gets the put out. 2 outs now. It's going to be the top of the lineup now. Destiny Johns, the freshman, 1 for 3 today. Strikeout looking in her last at bat, but a single in the second. First pitch from Washington, loads up and fires just off the plate for ball 1. 1-0 now. John's trying to have some 2-out magic here. The Owls are 3 for 8, 2-out hitting 375 so far. Foreign flares one to left. It's going to land foul. Going to be a 1-1 count now. Five walks, though, for the Owls. It's been a good bright spot. 5 walks and 5 hits. 10 runners have been on base, and they've left 8, however, on base, which is not a very good stat that you want to see. Washington, the 1-1, loading up for Foreign. Foreign ready. Washington deals. Foreign caps one foul. It's going to be 1-2 again. Home plate umpire getting her a new ball. Ew, I don't want this dirty ball. Get away from me. New ball, please. Oh, here you go, ma'am. Thank you. I imagine that's the dialogue that went down just now. She's got a new ball. See if she can get a strikeout here on Bella Foreign. Washington, the 1-2, kicks, fires. Foreign flares one again. Left field foul. Bailey Weber couldn't quite track it down. Destiny Johns, the amazing slap hitter, has done a good job hitting it to all areas of the field, but especially opposite field is where she's really strived in these last 2 games to start off the Paradise Classic. Like I said, FAU winning right here against Kansas would mean that they are the only team to start off 2-0 in the Paradise Classic tournament. They do have sort of home field advantage. Washington with the 1-2. 2 outs to Foreign. Swing and a miss. And Bella Foreign goes down swinging. And now the Jayhawks are down to their last 3 outs, trailing by 1. Headed to the top of the 7th, we will be back to see if the Jayhawks can get it done. We are back for the top of the 7th. It is crunch time for both teams. The Owls lead 3-2. Haley Kripe is still up because of Olivia Bruno getting thrown out to end the top of the 6th. Autumn Courtney still out there pitching, has 102 pitches to her name, 11 Ks though, as Kripe hits one just out of play. And wow, that hit hard into the stands. No one caught that one again, so they're probably like 0 for 5 now. I mean, we got a lot of butterfingers, a lot of bricks for hands in the stands. It's pretty embarrassing, but it's whatever. The 0-1 from Courtney fires away, taken by Kripe for strike 2. 0-2 count now. Kripe has to work out of this hole to give the Jayhawks a sign of life. And what's been a really dormant offensive performance, again, only one hit, was that 2-out double that resulted in a run. Courtney fires inside, and it hits Kripe. The second time she's been hit by a pitch in back-to-back plate appearances. And that'll get her done. 0-2 count. Kind of gets bailed out with the hit by pitch, but gets on base nonetheless. It's going to bring up September Flanagan. This looks like they're going to bring in a pinch runner for Haley Kripe. Number 36 for the Jayhawks is Maddie Hayes, the sophomore outfielder from Bellevue, Nebraska. Nebraska? Bro, is Nebraska even real? Is Nebraska even real? Real question. Has anyone been to North and... Okay. Never mind. Courtney. First pitch. 0-0. Strike. Thrown down to second. Safe. Maddie Hayes with the stolen base off the first pitch. It was close. She got in there. September Flanagan now down 0-1. But has anyone been to North Dakota or South Dakota? Here's what I don't get. I know there's 50 states, rah-rah, but, like, why do we need a South and North Dakota? They're both really irrelevant. Like, the most prominent thing is, like, their, you know, FBS college or FCS college football teams. Anyways, just had to get that off my chest. Courtney, the 0-1. Taken high by Flanagan for ball 1. 1-1 count now. Runner is Hayes, looming on second in scoring position. Both teams are 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position in tonight's game. Courtney fires. Showing bunt is Flanagan, and it's flied out into the netting by the Kansas dugout. So 1-2 count now. Courtney really needing a strikeout. She struggled in this game to get strikeouts. She only has 11. That was definitely sarcasm, by the way. She has not struggled to get any swings and misses at all in this game. Looking for another strikeout. Autumn Courtney looking for number 12. The 1-2 is fired in there. Fly deep left in the foul territory. Trailing back is the third baseman, and it's caught. Good job there from Mora. Tracking that ball down and catching it. Jessiana Mora, the junior, doing a great job of ensuring she catches that one. The first out in the top of the 6th. The Jayhawks are down their last 2 outs. It's going to be Emma Tatum, the junior, up 0 for 2. She hasn't struck out, though, this game, which is a decent sign. Showing bunt. Bunts it down the third base line, but it rolls foul. Good job there by Mora letting it go foul. Courtney trying to get the complete game. Now at 109 total pitches. She would undoubtedly be player of the game if the Owls can get it done tonight. Autumn Courtney to Tatum. The 0-1. Taken outside just off the plate for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count now. 1 out. Owls lead 3-2 over the Jayhawks. The Jayhawks are not going down without a fight. Tatum awaiting. Voice crack. Tatum awaiting the 1-1. Courtney fires inside. Called ball 2. 2-1 count now. 1 out. As mentioned up here, there is no activity in the bullpen. No signs of Courtney exiting this game. And I can see where Coach Clark is coming from. Has been absolutely dicing up Jayhawks all night. 2-1 is flied sky high in the infield. Moore calls it, and gets the second put out of the inning. Jayhawks now down to their last out. Their last breath of life is in the hands of Bailey Amezcua, the true freshman. See if she can extend the game here. Courtney trying to ensure that she doesn't. Pivotal at bat here. Hayes still standing on second in scoring position. Jayhawks are now one for 6 with runners in scoring position for a 167 batting average. And are 1 for 6 with 2 outs. Courtney kicks, deals, swing and a miss from Amezcua, strike 1. Does Autumn Courtney have one more in her? She's at 11 strikeouts. I was only giving up 1 hit and 3 walks. Courtney, the 0-1 to Amezcua inside. Called strike 2. Jayhawks down to their last strike. And the top of the 7th. Autumn Courtney looking to end this one right here. Crowd getting into it a little bit. Courtney getting the call. Amezcua. Courtney fires. Deal, swing and a miss. Strikeout for Autumn Courtney, and that's going to end the game. With the 12th strikeout of the game from Autumn Courtney, a complete game in the Owls, and the first day of the Paradise Classic undefeated, the only team to do so, ending the night 2-0 after back-to-back games being played against Ole Miss and Kansas. Autumn Courtney with a heck of a performance, 3 walks, 12 strikeouts, only 1 hit given up, and that's going to end tonight as the Owls walk away with the 3-2 victory over Kansas. Thank you all for joining me. I am Brayden Pyle, again, joined alongside no one. My imaginary friend, I guess, I'm joined alongside of. But what a game. First game of the Paradise Classic for FAU ends in a walk-off, and this one comes down to the final strike as Autumn Courtney ends the day with 12 strikeouts and strikes out Amezcua swinging. That'll be it again for FAU Hour Radio Women's Softball. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be back soon on FAU Hour Radio.